Hi, have a good day. Our control panel now is ready for simulation. So, Duplex pump control panel for sewage ejector pump are designed to pump the wastewater from the building to municipal wastewater treatment plant. So before I simulate this control panel, I explain first the system from pumping to the finish to municipal wastewater treatment plant. Now, in building design, uh, we have a building. Okay, this is our building. So, this is our ground level. This is our ground level. So, mostly the building design is, for example, we have 58 floor. So, 58 floor. So, if the building is 58 floor, the minimum of the basement is 5. So, 1, 2, 3. So, basement 1, basement 2, basement 3, basement 4, basement 5. So, the location of our sewage tank must lower to basement 5. So, this is our concrete tank for the wastewater storage tank. So, for example, our building is 50 floor. We have a pipe here, a main pipe. So, the diameter of this pipe is 5 inches. So, in building design is 58 floor. So, for example, every floor is, we have 6 rooms. Okay. So, every rooms will connected parallel to this pipe. The pipe will separate to this connected. We have a toilet, bathtub, urinal, shower, or kitchen. Pipe will connected parallel to this vertical pipe. This pipe, diameter of this pipe is 2 inches, so much smaller than the main pipe. So the same, it will connected parallel to every floor. All the wastewater of the rooms is connected to the pipe to the sewage storage tank. So now the design of the building, mostly the ground floor is your lobby. So this area is information. So the start of room is second floor. So every floor we have 6 floors, so times 6, so we have 300 rooms. So in the beginning, the location of our pump is inside the tank, so we have two pumps. So now, if the building is operational, the all of these rooms will start using their toilet, their bathtub, kitchen. So we'll start filling this tank of wastewater. Every time we flush the toilet, drain the bathtub, so all of waste urinal will through this pipe. So in the environment law, we have a municipal wastewater tank. So this is our municipal wastewater treatment plant. So now this area is our drainage. Now our design of our tanks, we have a discharge pipe. It's called a discharge pipe. So we have a gate valve there for servicing, and check valve this area for if the pump is not running. So we have no black backflow to the tank. So the water is block this area. We have cold check valve, so it will pump its own water allowed to pump to the drains. Then when they stop the water, it will push the gravity. So they close this area to block this water, this pipe, so that they cannot return to the tank. So now the volume of water there is 100 gallons per minute. Now I'm talking about one building only, but our mostly design of building now is we have one basement, 4 basement, but in that ground floor we have 5 towers. So okay, 5 towers or 4 towers. So every building they have individual wastewater tank. So normally we had another duplex pump here in this building. So now imagine this is 300 rooms. So how more if the per building, per tower, so 300 times 4 again. So 300 rooms, 300 times 4 again. So now another design of the building now is basement, then shopping mall. So another design of building now is after the basement we have shopping mall, then tower. So again, the volume of wastewater here this volume wastewater that is feeding to the tank it depends on the usage of this tower. So now we have one tower, so we have basement, then we have 4 tower, then we have basement, then shopping mall, then tower. So we have another building here, hospital. So hospital waste again, hospital waste. Then we have restaurant. All of this building advisable to use a duplex pump individual, so that the waste of the building will connected parallel to the drainage system. So it will connected parallel. So imagine in one municipal we have 100 buildings. So the municipal wastewater treatment plant, the height of this is 5th floor. So we have 5th floor here to fifth floor below the ground. So that is the height of the building. The width of the building is almost 1 hectare because volume of water enter this tank is 1,000 of gallons because of 100 of buildings will connect to this treatment plant. So now this, before you build a building, you cannot operate the building without a permit for your disposal of your waste. So this application is duplex pumps is must comply for the operation of the building. You cannot operate your building without disposal of this, your the disposal of this building. So because this issue is environment issue, so our environment is not in the Philippines but all over the world will use a duplex pump. Every building like USA, Europe, Southeast Asia, every building individual we have a duplex pump because this is a law. We must to our environment. This is environment issue. So if this our municipal tank, the waste of this building, we have human waste, urinal, kitchen, so bathtub, so there's a combine in the tank. So now this all of this waste will process this tank municipal. So the 90% of this after the process will put liquid. So the 10% is solid, so it will use in agriculture. So after it treat the water, the wastewater of the building, the finished product is we have another pump. There is this area we have another pump. So this is our river. Okay, so it will pump to the river again, but the water will pump to the river is like this. It's clear because it will process, remove the solid, then it will treat the water. So the finish is like this, the water. So it clear that they remove the solid. So it allow to pump your finish process to the river because the river there's lives here. There's a fish. So the river is connected to the sea. So we must pump the water in the river with clean water. So you cannot pump the human waste to the direct to the river. That is not allowed to the environment law. So now in pumping procedure, we have to now controller. Example, this is our pump. The controller is location near in the pump, so it will wiring is now we have to selector manual of auto. Now if you select the manual, you switch the control panel in manual mode. So every time the water level is rise up, so it will manually on because there's a selector. If your auto mode is defective, so the solution of the maintenance is to manual operation of your controller. Now, if you use in manual operation, for example, this is your ground floor. In my experience in troubleshooting in the building, we have in this shape, we have maintenance to, this is a daily routine to pump manually the water controller. So in their duty, in 8 hours, so we have in 8 a.m. we pump manually, then 9 a.m. they pump again manually kasi it will know a specific time what time the water rise up because it depends on the usage of the rooms, every room. So now if this function to select is manual, you do not repair the auto mode. So the choice is to manual. So this is your manhole, this is your tank. The design of this manhole is concrete, so it will sealed by rubber. So the thickness of this manhole is 10 centimeter thickness, so it's heavy to open manually, so we use the chin block. Now, second design is steel, metal, but the metal is thickness is almost 10 mm because this water inside is acidic, so must design is concrete. So now, if the maintenance is pumped manually, the solution of maintenance is to open permanent. So always open the manhole. Every time they check the level of water, they on the controller ng manual. Because you cannot own the manual controller if you not see the level of the water. So now, this is a solution. But the effect of this manual mode is if you open this concrete manhole, the smell is spreading up to the rooms. So that is a problem because we have elevator shaft in the center. So every time you open, close the elevator, because it is centralized, the building is centralized, the smell is through to the room. So that is one problem if you select the manual mode. Now, in night shift, the security personnel will take over the routine to check pump on pump the controller so that the flooding of displacement, if you not pump in manually, but if the water level is continuous rising up, the cause of this is flooding your basement. So if you're flooding the basement, it's very difficult to remove the smell because it will, I read news before, I think in 2013, we have a building in Metro Manila that all of the owner of this condominium will evacuate because of this malfunctioning of this sewage tank. Because if you not evacuate, you suffocate. Because the smell this is very bad. Because you can imagine in a tank, we combine all the waste of the tank. What in your house we have a sink, so we have P-trap here. So all the kitchen, all the food waste will trap this area. So you open this area, so can you imagine the smell in one kitchen, food waste only, the food waste only, but the smell is very bad. How more if all of this waste will combine in the tank, so the smell is very heavy. So So the solution is evacuate all of this person in this rooms. You'll evacuate the building because if you're suffocate. So that is the problem. This is a problem in if you're ignoring your controller, if you're manual mode. So now another incident I read before with we have 2 workers will suffocate inside this tank. In Metro Manila also will suffocate this tank, so that person will die. So because they cannot breathe, because the smell this area is very heavy to inhale. So this application that in operation this tank is sealed at all time. We have a rubber gasket here, so that the smell inside there they cannot spread to the area. So the smell of this area to the every time the pump is running, it will smell is through to the tank. So that is the second problem if you select the manual in a manual mode. So now the automatic mode is meaning without human intervention. So that is a purpose of auto mode. Without human intervention. So that is a purpose of auto mode. So if your controller is in auto mode, you seal this area. So there's no spill will out to your building. So because the smell is difficult to remove if it will mix in the air, because there we cannot see the air. Because so if the smell is present in the air, so it will take an hour to remove this. So must in building operation that this concrete cover manhole must be sealed. But if your operation is manual, you open this to check the level of the water. So if you open in 10 minutes, the smell is through to the air. So there's a problem. It will start to spreading to the exhaust because this building is centralized. So that is the effect if you select the manual mode. So now auto mode is without human intervention. So you seal even in 1 month, you open this in 1 day only to clean the float switch. Float switch is this is our signaling devices to command your pump what time you on, what time to off. This kind of signaling devices. Okay. This is a float switch. This is in this location. This float switch inside the tank. So I actually in the controller. So this is our signaling devices to the tank in auto mode. So it will command to the controller to on what time. So I explain it in actual. Now in auto mode, there's no smell out to the in your building because your cover is sealed. So that is a benefits of this auto mode. So every time that the water rises up, it will automatically pumping to the drainage system. This building, all of the building is duplex pump. we have a duplex pump controller. So now it will automatic pump the water level. So we have a float switch here, float switch 1, float switch 2. So it will connected to the controller. So this is which is stop, pump 1, pump 2. So I show actual operation how it works in actual. So now that is a system. So from the basement, it pumping to the drainage system. So vertically. So this is the system how it works in a building operation. So again, this application is all nation will apply this controller because this is our environment law. So that our river will not polluted. So and the river at the sea is connected, so all the sea is polluted also. You can see in the if the river is polluted and the sea is, the color is brown. So it compare in the province that the water is clear. You can see the bottom of the sea and the river. You can see the bottom of the river. So if the river is polluted, you cannot see what is in the river. You cannot see the fish swimming in the river because it will the color is brown. So that is an effect of waste in of the whole nation or everyone of us, that we must maintain our river clean. So now that is in our explanation of how a pump system works to the wastewater treatment plant. So now we moving on to our controller to simulate the system. Thank you.